We don't know the hour or the day. Time is such a gift, try and control your destiny. We don't know the hour or the day. Unity is strength, let's stand as one without delay. Cause no bad vibe, me a chant. Me no want a bad vibe, me a chant. I just peace the times all around, yeah. No bad vibe, me a chant. No bad vibe, me a chant. Say me no want a bad vibe, me a chant. I just peace the time all around, yeah. No bad vibe, me a chant.
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? Once again, this is your host, the AVM superhero. And normally we do Death Taught Us How to Live, but for the month of October, if you've been following along with us, we have transformed Death Taught Us How to Live because this is AVM Awareness Month. So I have brought all my friends that are AVM survivors, ruptures within their brain or anywhere in their body, and they have come onto my show to talk about their lives. And today is no different. I have a special guest that's going to join me today. Her name is Alina Gonzalez. I met her probably about 2 years ago, but she was following me on Instagram, but we went to an event together and I had a very nice time with her. And tonight is going to be a special type of night because she wants to talk about her feelings and how life, I guess, gave her a bad deal. And she wants to express to us what that's all about, how she's living, what's going on with her and things of that nature. She don't want to sugarcoat anything. She want to give us straight raw as it is. So let me bring my friend Alina Gonzalez to the stage and let's see what she has to say to us. Hope you guys are ready. Get your pens and papers. And also, if you have any comments, link us up. If you're on Instagram, you probably can't get your Instagram message in our actual show. But if you go to YouTube at AVM Superhero and click on the live in there, you can put your comments in there. We'll answer them live on the show. So without any further ado, let me bring Alina onto the stage. Alina, how you doing, my sister?
Hello. Hello, everybody.
My sister, can you tell us what actually happened with you and why you wanted to come onto the show of Death Taught Us How to Live AVM Awareness?
So a couple of years ago, I was driving my car and I had ringing in my ear, and I just thought, I'm not feeling well today. I gotta take a nap. And I called 911 because I saw my vision was blurry and I was not feeling well. So I called 911 and the ambulance came. I had to pull over and they called me and put me in the ambulance and I passed out. So I coma for 2 months after that. And they thought I was doing drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody thinks that we're doing drugs. Says something like that happened to us. So when this actually happened to you, did you know anything about an AVM or is this completely new to you?
I had friends that had family members that had strokes in the past, but I had no idea what AVM was at all. No.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up.
At all.
I'm glad you brought that up, Alina, because a lot of people don't understand when we say that we had a brain rupture, brain aneurysm, or AVM rupture. They don't equate it to a stroke. So I'm glad that you actually brought that to a stroke. But this is AVM Awareness Month, Alina, as you already know. And we have talked many times before, but I have noticed, and I think you have noticed as well, and I was actually waiting for you to actually tell me this is how you want to actually do your show. A lot of times people look at me and I'm like, okay, Greg, you look great. AVM superhero, you look great. You did all this, you did all that. You're back to your life and things like that. And I tell them this is all facade. I can hide my deficits. Some people can't. And some people want to do things on their own, but they can't. And just because we show a good face doesn't mean that we actually having a good face. Go through a lot of difficulties. So I wanted to understand with you, Alina, what are the things that you wanted to express to people out there about having this AVM rupture? Yeah, everybody say you look great, you survived and everything, but what is the real nitty gritty of this stuff that you really
I
want to?
think that it's very difficult emotionally to handle it. It's very difficult emotionally, and you tend to feel very lost and afraid and confused. I'm still grappling with those feelings. I don't understand why any of this ever happened to me, so I have a hard time with it. I've come a long way, but I feel like I still have a long way to go.
Yeah, I hear you, and I because you said yours would happen what in 2020.
Just trying, yeah.
So I went through that particular same phase as well, and I think I say this to you a lot because you used to ask me a question like, Gregory, how long did it take you to walk? And I was like, I can't really answer that for you, Alina, because everybody's different when they have a AVM rupture, when you have an injury. But I asked you a question, and I don't know if you thought about that before, but hopefully you did think about it afterwards. I said, what happens if you're not able to walk? What happens if you're able to not speak the way that you used to speak before? Does your life end? You
I
find it?
think that overall, if I don't get any better, I just gotta keep going and figure things out the way it happened. It's not giving up and just pushing forward and figuring things out. We're lucky that we have options at this point, but I think it's a matter of just figuring things out for yourself. What works best for you? It's not
No,
easy by any means. It's very difficult, but
no,
you have to figure it out. Yeah.
no. I hear you, my sister. I definitely hear you.
Mm-hmm.
It is very difficult. So for the people out there, what are some of the things that you want them to understand? This is difficult. This life is hard, but what is the things that you want people to understand about the difficulties of your life now as it was before? Or is there anything that you're missing that you wish that you could have, and you don't like when people bring things up? Like what are the things that are your pet peeves that you don't want people to
I
discuss
think
about?
it drives me crazy when people stare at me or they ask me about my cognitive ability. They think I'm stupid because I'm partially disabled. They think I'm stupid, but I'm all there cognitively. I'm able to function. It's almost having like lost in syndrome in a way because I'm all there mentally, but physically I'm not there yet. And it's very frustrating. So overall, I think people have to be more understanding and more willing to help. They have to educate themselves overall.
I'm glad you say that, because I don't think people really understand how disheartening it is when you just sit there and stare, instead
Yeah.
of just having a proper conversation with you. A lot of people think just because you had a stroke that you're not intelligent anymore,
Yeah.
that you don't have feelings anymore, or you can't feel how people are treating you.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest misconception that people have about people like us, Alina. They think that we don't understand what's going on. And tell me if I'm wrong or not, Alina, but I could feel people's energy way more than what they actually are telling me. Is that the same
I
thing for
think
you?
so too, yeah, for sure. I can feel people's energy a lot more than I did before because I think I'm very attuned to it now than compared to before. I was consumed with other things. I was consumed with different things like what was going on, how I looked, and different things that didn't really matter and were not important. But now I focus on people and what they put out. I think it's important.
We have a message on here, comment on it. I'm not going to be able to read it because it's in Spanish. Can you see this? I can't read it. But it's someone from Layla, if you could write it in English, we could actually probably try to say it out on the show. But I can't read this now. Is anybody that can translate this on on my comments, please translate it for me because I can't read it
I think
myself.
it's in Portuguese. It's not in Spanish.
Oh, it's Portuguese.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know Portuguese?
No. I wish I
If
did.
anybody knows Portuguese, please translate this for us. I'm so sorry. I cannot. Someone else said it's in Portuguese as well too. So unfortunately, Layla, I cannot translate this for you. But hopefully, you are still watching it and enjoying the show. Thank you, Luna, for telling us this in Portuguese. I appreciate you.
I'm from Brazil.
Oh, my producer told me, said I am from Brazil and I speak Portuguese. That's what she translated. So okay, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you. If you have any other questions or comments, I guess my producer will be able to translate this for us while we're doing the show. Thank you, my producer.
Thank you.
Alina says thank you as well.
Yeah.
So Alina,
Yeah.
let's talk about some very difficult stuff because I'm not
Okay.
sure if you have even thought about it or even said it to other people. But one thing that bothered me is that I didn't have my independence for a long time. I'm
Yeah.
slowly gaining that now. I'm assuming that you don't have your independence and it bothers you, it affects you. So how do you actually deal with it and how do you talk to people about that?
I don't talk about it. Typically, I don't talk about it, but I used to be very independent. I used to do a lot for myself and travel, and I was mainly independent, but now I need help doing everything pretty much. And my mother is the one that helps me do everything at this point.
And that's the toughest thing. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how old you are, but I was 40 years old when it happened to me. Is this one day you're independent, you're doing whatever you want to do, like you said, you was traveling, then the next second you're not. And then you start looking around because I'm trying to articulate this for people, and I don't think you guys understand what this is like for us. Just let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm right with this, Alina, then I could actually break down on everything about this, Alina. Um, is having a stroke and not being able to have full faculties of your bodies like similar to having yourself put in jail and you're 24 hours locked down, you can't get out?
Yeah, I would compare that to jail because you're very limited and you know what you want to do and you can't do it. It's very frustrating, beyond frustrating. I can't articulate how frustrating it is. You just want to know a lot like everybody else. It's just very frustrating.
I get that. I completely understand that. And
Mm.
I bring that up because there is so much that we want to do. There's so much things that we want to say. You know, automatically people this is what baffles me. And I'm not saying that this is right or wrong, but they say, God bless you. You are blessed. God has put you in a certain position in your world, in your life, but don't understand that. Okay, that is great. That is fine. That is dandy. But there's still things that I need, that I desire, that I want to do. Like you said, you want to travel by yourself. Having relationships, doing all different types of stuff. You know, you wanted to tell me about these feelings and these dark days that you probably have. Do you want to express that and just telling people how hard it is for you and you understand what you're actually putting people through and you want to say anything to them about that?
I really think that there are very dark days with the situation, very difficult to be alone and struggle through it all. It's very difficult. I think that overall, the stroke survivors just want no life and they want good things in their life. And it's very frustrating overall. And I think it's important for other people to be patient and try to understand what other people are going through overall.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
What do you do when, like, I notice when I'm about to go to a depression state? It's certain things that start happening to me. I won't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do my physical therapy, occupational. I don't want to do anything, and all of a sudden, all the progress that I had before goes away. Do you notice when you actually start getting to those dark days and depression states? And if you do, what do you do to actually combat that?
Well, I don't realize when it's coming on, but I feel like every day is different. So, but overall, I just try to push through. That's it. That's the only option that I have right now. It's just push through and find an answer to my challenges. That's all there is left to do.
Okay. Someone wanted to shout out your mother. She says she's sending love to your mother. This is Luniverse. She's saying shout out to your mother.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Luna. So, with showing love to people and showing love to our mothers and things of that nature, our caregivers, what do you want to tell your caregivers or your friends that you might not have seen in a long time? They show you so much love, but what do you want them to actually do to understand who you are and actually how they can be more supportive of you?
I just want to promise everybody that I'm going to keep getting better and I'll get better and just to be patient with me. And I'm sorry to my mother especially because I feel like she has a big responsibility to take care of me and I feel bad about that, but I'm going to keep getting better.
Well,
I need
we got a lot of
everybody to
questions
take
from
care of
Luna.
me.
And I'm gonna get to them in just a second, but I really appreciate you saying that. Especially to your mother. You notice these things that's happening, and she has a great responsibility. And it's the weirdest thing. Our mothers are, and I met your mother. Your mother is a very beautiful soul. It's just amazing that our mothers will probably drop everything just to make sure that we're fine, and then we're thinking to ourselves, yeah, thank you, but I really want you to live your life. So shout out to your mother. Shout out to all the mothers that's helping us out. And we really appreciate you. There's nothing but love that we have for you guys. I have a question from Luna again. So let me ask these questions for you. What brings light into your life on those dark days?
I think just the idea of the things I've accomplished and what the possibilities are in my life moving forward. I think that the idea of getting better and the idea of achievement is, excuse me, I think those are the things that are a positive life for me at this point.
So you look at those little small achievements that you have, and you notice that you are getting better, and that makes you go further and further each and every day. I'm really
I
proud
think
of you
so.
on that. What kind of celebrations do you do to actually to celebrate those minor accomplishments that you have within your recovery?
For me, I love eating food, so I love eating sweets now. I treat myself because I don't know if you know, but I went 2 years without eating any food at all. So 2 years with no food, to not eat whatever the hell I want. Yeah, I
You know,
love doing. Yeah.
I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing because I had a trach too. It wasn't that
Mm-hmm.
long. Mine was about 6 weeks. But the first meal that I had after I got off of those nasty shakes that they actually put it through my feeding tube,
Yeah.
I wanted everything. So
Yeah.
I can imagine that experience that was for you. It was the same thing for me. I did the
Yeah.
same exact thing. No, people didn't want me to eat. I'm like, no, 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 no. I want that. I want this, and I want that.
Yeah.
I can really understand that. But
Yeah.
1 second before we go any further, for everybody that's on Instagram, if you want to come on and actually say your comments or give some words of encouragement or anything that you want to do, Instagram really doesn't translate that well within this particular platform. So if you go to my YouTube channel, AVM Superhero, and click on this particular live, you'll be able to put your comments in there. And everybody that's on YouTube right now or on Facebook, if you want to put your comments on, please put your comments in. Just like you see Layla and also Luniverse actually put them information in. Please do the same thing here, and we'll answer them to the best of our ability. I really appreciate you guys. So, Alina.
Okay. Yeah.
What does your life look like now? So the people that's outside, they want to understand how this is, how much of a struggle this is. What is your life like now, and how can we understand it better to support you better?
Well, I lost my job, so not having a job is very different for me. I lost my independence, and I go to therapy all the time now. That's my focus. Is therapy to try better and get my life back. That's all I'm focused on right now. Is trying to get my life back.
We got some more comments on here, and I'll go back to what you've been talking about in just a second. Here is one from Brian. He says, sugar has become a problem for me. I must beware. Yeah, me too. Yeah. We got to be careful with those sweets. We know that'll really mess us up, make it get diabetes or clog up our arteries. I really get that, and possibly another stroke. Here's another one from Jane. Jane says, love you, Alina.
Oh, I love you.
All right, so back to what you was just speaking about your life and what you're trying to get back to. I don't know. I heard this before. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was you an actress before?
Yes, I was. Yeah, I loved it so much. Yeah, that was a very rewarding part of my life. I loved it so much. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I did a lot of productions locally. I did many productions locally. I had a lot of success, and I was getting better and better every day. Yeah.
So is that one of your desires to get back to acting?
For sure, yeah, absolutely. That's one of my desires, 100%.
That's one of your passions, that's one of your biggest loves, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. That's something that I think about almost every day. I miss that part of my life, big time.
I got you. Mm-hmm. Alina, so what have you done today that that keeps you happy today? Instead of you're not acting now, but what is the thing that keeps you happy today?
I had coffee that makes me very happy. I had a little bit of a donut and a little bit of a chocolate croissant that made me happy. I spent time with my mother. I spent time with my cat. That made me very happy.
Why does it always go back to food with you, Alina? Why does it always go back to food?
Yeah, I can't help it. It's so bad. I found a way to, I'm gaining weight. I gained like 10 pounds since coming out of the hospital. I gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, so you got to be careful, my sister. You got to stop eating those sweets. Those sweets will get you. Yeah. We got some more comments on here. This gentleman, Jeffrey. Jeffrey says, Alina, I've known you for a while, and I continue to be amazed by your growth and all the hard work you put in every single day. It shows. And then he also says this. Also, she was an amazing as Maggie and Kat on a hot tin roof.
Yeah.
So you played Maggie?
I did, yeah. It was great, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Give me one of your favorite line inside of that show that you did. Just give me a quick line, please.
I'm trying to think. I think one of my favorite lines was like, what'd she say? They're monsters. She was talking about her niece and nephew. About them being no-neck monsters.
Sister, I think you can still do your job if you wanted to be an actress. You just got to go back and do it.
Yeah, I got a long way to go. I got to work on my voice some more, and I have to work on walking that's my main focus right now. If
Alina,
I can walk, it make all the difference. Yeah.
absolutely. You got to keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on moving. Alina, a lot of your friends are coming on and saying a lot of messages on here, so I want to keep on reading them for you.
Okay, thank you.
Next one is this is from LP Lucy. I love you, Alina. A good cup of coffee makes everything better. I hear you.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah.
another one from Andrea. Alina, I am so proud of you. You're doing great. Sending love with hugs and kisses.
Okay. Thank you, Andrea. That was my speech therapist. She helped me out tremendously. She helped me get my voice back. Because after my stroke, I couldn't speak at all. I couldn't say one word. I couldn't talk at all. So she helped me. And I dealt with her for years. And she dealt with the insurance company and did everything that she could to help me.
Well, she did a great job because the first time I interviewed you, you know, it was a little bit different, so much better. And I'm excited. I'm proud of you too, myself, my sister. You're really a actual motivational piece in our community. I really appreciate what you're doing.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome. So, Alina, I don't know how to put it because it's hard for me to, like I said, it's very hard for me to articulate it as well. You know, I have trouble trying to let people understand what is going on with me. And you put it very eloquently that people stare and people think that you're not intelligent because of what has actually happened with you. Beside what they can see on the outside, what are some of the things that has been bothering you that people cannot physically see? Can you actually explain that, or is anything happening?
I think the challenges that I face that you can't necessarily see are challenges with my intelligence and my focus, and as well as just being I'm the same person that I was before, pretty much. I haven't changed at all. I'm still a good person.
Yeah, you know what? One of the things that you said that, I think most of us do go through, and it takes it takes me forever, is that focus part. I have a question for you. Do you have problems when people are impatient with you and trying to make you do things outside of what you're trying to do, or they try to answer your questions? Does that bother you?
No, frankly, I haven't had that issue at all yet. I think if I had that issue in the future, I'll be a little bit frustrated. I'll probably have a private conversation with that person, but I haven't had an issue with that yet so far. I'm lucky, yes.
Man, I have that all the time. People do that to me all the time, and it's you and I are different because like I said, your deficits are pretty much shown. People could see it, and they automatically start adjusting to how they are. But the problem that you have that I don't have, people look at you and start talking to you and try to talk as slow as you, or try to mimic your actual style, thinking that you're a child. I don't have those particular issues. And you said, because people look at me and they say, okay, everything is fine with you. You can do this, you can do that, but they don't understand the problems that I have. So I want people to understand that no matter what type of deficits that the person has, our brain has changed forever. So once you understand that logic, that our brain has changed forever, and we still have probably still have some type of memory of who we was before. We still have probably the same intelligence that we had before. Just treat us kind. Be patient with us. be intelligent with us, and talk with us as a person. How do you feel when these people come to you and they automatically start treating you like a little child, or like you don't have any common
A
sense?
perfect example that was shortly after my event. I went out to eat with my mom and my sister, and the waiter came up to me and said, "Can't you read? Can't you read? Is he capable of reading?" I wanted to smack him. I was very insulted. Yeah, I think people have to be a little more compassionate, I guess is the right word. Maybe a little bit more compassionate when they deal with a survivor and know what their situation is. I think
Compassion is
that,
the compassionate,
yeah,
empathy.
yeah, for
All of
sure.
those words is basically what we need, because I don't think people understand that and we talked about this earlier. We can feel way much more. Like our body's not working the same way, but we can feel energy. I don't
Yeah,
care if
for
you come
sure.
into the room and you tell us everything is fine. We can feel if everything is not fine or not. So you can't. Like a human lie detector now. We can tell if you're lying to us or anything like that. We might not articulate it properly, but we can tell. I have another message that's coming up. My producer's telling me that we have some more stuff. So here's another comment. Um, Here's the comment. Alina, my good friend and favorite point guard. Oh, you play basketball?
Yeah, I'm retired now. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. You still play
Yeah.
basketball. You are so strong. Love you, girl. This is Jamie. So you
Oh God, I love Jamie. Jamie's been very supportive. Jamie's come up to see me like 2 or 3 times at this point. I'm very grateful for her friendship. I've known her for a long time. She's great. You'll love her. And she's very strong too. She's been through a lot and she's helped me deal with this a lot. So her friendship and her presence in my life is invaluable.
isn't that?
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
And you saying Jamie? 'Cause I guess you've known her for a very long time. It seems like you have some people on here you've known a very long time. My question to you is: when you had your AVM rupture in 2020,
Yeah.
was that the time that you really found out who your true friends were?
I think so for sure. I think that there are people that have been in my life that haven't left and have been very supportive, and there are other people that have surprised me because they've stepped up and been a presence in my life, and there are other people that have just disappeared. I never expected that. They've just left, and
Isn't that
it's
amazing?
crazy. It's
Isn't that
crazy.
amazing? It's like the way that the best analogy that I have is like, I don't need to know who's going to be at my funeral because I already know.
Yeah.
All the people that's in my life now, that when I was at my lowest,
Yeah.
I know they're going to be there. And then all these people that you wasn't expecting to be there, all of a sudden they show up. You're like, wow, I didn't know
Yeah.
you was really my friend. And the people that I thought that was really my friend, they wasn't.
Yeah.
So with the tune of what we was talking about our feelings and how people address us and how they treat us, this brings me back to the main point about this. Whenever, and you ask me this question all the time, and I said, I don't know if we can get back to who we were before. And I don't even know if I want to, Alina, because of the simple fact is now I have learned what people really think about me, who really loved me, who really was jealous of me, who was all these things that was doing to me that I couldn't see before, but now my eyes are completely open.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I think that I'm still in a state of shock with certain people that thought would take by my side no matter what left and are gone now. So I have a tough time with that. I think I'm still developing my feelings about certain things, so it's a work in progress,
No,
as I am. Yeah.
I get it, and there's no guidebook for this, Alina. You know, we just have this happen and people just send us home and nobody tells us how to deal with society, how to deal with friends. And like you said, you're taking it one day at a time and you're going from it. But what I think Alina is trying to tell people that it still affects her and it bothers her that
for sure.
how people treat you, how people look at you, and not really understanding who you are as a person instead of just taking the time to just understanding you. I have some more comments. I got another guy named Brian. I think he came on earlier. So he said, I had to tune some folks out as well, especially loud folks. Especially loud folks. Yeah, I get that. Do you have that same issue too? You know, when people just want to be over excited and talk things that don't make much sense, do you want to tune them out and actually move them out of your life as well?
No, for me, I welcome everybody's comments. Anybody that wants to say anything, I'm like, just say it. But I have a hard time still with violence. I think a tough time for me personally. I have a tough time with violence and I guess loud noises. That's it.
Hold on, Lena. Are you saying that you just welcome everybody and to make a difference because you want to help people out? Is that what you're basically telling me? That anybody could come and talk to you and you just take them in and just help them out more than they can help you? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, if I could, I would. Yeah, I just want to help other people. I think that's important. Yeah, it gives me a good feeling to help other people out. Yeah.
Was you always that way, or did this AVM do that to you?
I think it's a mixture of both. Yeah. I think partially before I was like that, and now that I have an AVM, it's much more than before.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You know, I don't personally me. If I can't deal with you, I'm not trying to help you out. If you align with me, then I can align with you. But I get that that is your path, that is your journey. You want to help people out and make them, I guess, have a better life and easier life. Because I don't know if this happened to you or not. And please correct me if I'm wrong. I know when I had mine, I became more spiritual, more in tune with the world, with my body, with my environment. And it's like I was dead before, but once this happened to me, I became alive. Did that happen to you?
I think that for me personally, I think I was always in tune with my body, but I become more spiritual than before. I go to church all the time now. I tune in via Zoom, or I go every Sunday. Before I did a lot of traveling before, and I saw a lot of suffering. I was like, there's no way there's a God out there if there are people suffering like this. And then I had my AVM, and my opinion changed, I guess. I'm much more spiritual now.
I hear you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
My sister, it is time right now because it seems like my producer is beating me over the head, telling me that I have to do this now. It is time for our hot seat questions. So at this particular time, I ask you 5 questions about anything and everything about AVMs, and I just want you to give me your answers for that. And at the end of that, I want you to close out the show to tell us a little bit about yourself, if anybody wants to get in touch with you, or if any inspirational quotes that you want to give out to people.
Okay.
Well, all right. So are you ready for your first question?
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get it. Your first question: what do you expect from your advocacy as an AVM survivor?
I think the most important thing is to educate people so they understand what AVM is and how it can affect somebody else's life. I think that's the most important thing at this point.
Okay. Question number 2. What is one thing you want people to know about AVM?
I think it's important to know that an AVM can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter what age you are or where you are in life, it can happen to anybody. at all. It doesn't have to happen to like an 80-year-old person. You can have it to a 10-year-old. You can have it to anybody. Everybody's susceptible. Everybody's at risk.
Okay. Question number 3. Where can an AVM survivor go to for help?
What helped me personally was joining support groups, talking to other survivors, as well as getting a good psychotherapist. Talking to people is very helpful.
Me and my friend, we're going to have her on next week. We always talk about the word tribe, finding your tribe, finding people that can help you out. Whoever it is, all these positive people that you should have in your life, especially if you are a brain injury survivor. Thank you for telling us that. Question number 4. What misconceptions do people have of AVM survivor?
I think the misconception is that that people that have an AVM are not the same, that they're not intelligent and they're not capable, or that they don't have the same feelings that they did before. That's a big misconception. A lot of people don't realize that people with AVMs that survive still have very deep feelings and are still very intelligent.
Okay. Final question.
Okay.
What did the threat of death teach you?
I think it taught me not to take anything for granted ever, to appreciate what you have, and it taught me a lot about being patient, because recovery is not like twisting an ankle or breaking an arm. It's a long process and it takes flower.
That was our final question. And before I close out and let you finish off our show, I just want to let you guys know that this will be the second to last show that we have. We have one more show coming up. Will be our friend, my friend. Her name is Christina Perez. She'll be on our last final show on the 31st. So please join us on our YouTube channel, AVM_superhero, or if you're on Instagram, AVM_superhero, and check us out either way. So it is time for you to close out our show. I'm going to allow you to say what you have to say. Let anybody know who you are and where they can find you, and then close out the show.
Okay, so my name is Alina Gonzalez, and you can find me on Instagram or Facebook and just social media. It's Alina, ALINAGONZALEZ Gonzalez. So I think that whatever you're feeling is normal. If you're a survivor, it's normal. The ups and downs are they come and go, and just everybody out there that's surviving, you just gotta keep on fighting, and that's all you can do is keep on fighting and try and find what works for you. Don't give up.
Thank you, my sister. I really appreciate you. And everybody, like Alina said, don't give up. Keep on thriving. Keep on striving to be the best person that you could possibly be. My sister, I love you so much. I thank you for coming on to the show tonight. And once again, everybody, AVM Awareness Month is the month of October. So if you want to find out more about AVMs, like Alina was telling you, find yourself a support group, Google search it. There's groups out there called TAF, the Aneurysm, the AVM Foundation. And there's also a place that me and Alina met up at the Paige Keeley Foundation. So please check them out and you can get information about AVM. You do not have to suffer by yourself. There are people out there, even though we're 1% of the world's population to have it, there's people out there that can help you. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Lena, love you, sister.
Thank you. Thank you.
Talk to you guys later, everybody.
Bye, everybody.